If you haven't heard about it already, 343, the developers of Halo Infinite, had some pretty bad news for us over the weekend. So, let's hop into it. But before we start, my name's Bacon and I make Halo content. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. So each month, 343 drops a development update called Inside Infinite. This one released with a YouTube video explaining some of the really great things that happened with the last test flight and some not so good things that are going to happen with Halo Infinite. And before I get started, they had lots of positive news. The fighting went great, they had lots of positive feedback, a lot of the issues were fixed, but it did come with some really bad news as well. So let's talk about the flights first. Many of the initial bugs were fixed. I know for me, I couldn't play the weapons range at all, which really sucked because I couldn't tailor my aim to the game, but hopefully that's fixed. I know they've also fixed a lot of the issues with the GTX graphics cards, a lot of performance issues. Again, this was a 2-month-old build of the game, so I assume that they'll probably buff that out before finalization. There's going to be one more flight before the initial launch. This one's going to include Big Team Battle. If you don't know what Big Team Battle is, it's basically Halo on a grander scale. It's bigger maps, more vehicles, and more players. I believe Halo Infinite's Big Team Battle would be a 12 versus 12. There's also going to be ongoing flights after launch as well to test new products, put them into the game, and make sure the community is up to date on like what's coming out and what they can expect. And yeah, the last flight, it looked like it went pretty well. As you could probably see on social media, everyone loved it. It was really great. The game felt good and it felt fresh. It's something that we've been hoping for with Halo. I know that a lot of the testing went really well. One thing that they're going to fix on the next one is they're going to leave the feedback window open after the flighting is done. On the previous flight, what they did was they kept the flighting closed when the game closed, which didn't really make a lot of sense because you want to play the game as much as you can, and then when you're done, provide feedback. So hopefully they got that figured out. The more important part though is the missing content that's going to be a part of Halo Infinite. This is probably the part of the video that you've been waiting for, so let's dig into it. There's going to be no multiplayer split screen on PC at launch. And a lot of you might be saying, well, I really don't need that for my game, but for many other people, this is actually devastating. For me personally, I planned on playing with all my childhood friends and playing split screen. That's kind of what got us into Halo. That's why we played Halo. It's a part of the nostalgia. It's a part of the feel for us. I'm a little bit upset about it. I understand game development is tough. No one's saying that it's easy, but you think with the extra time, 343 would be able to get this out, but they're not. So what we can expect is a new release window. I think the window for multiplayer split screen is season 2. Each season is going to be 3 months, so we can expect multiplayer co-op in season 2 3 months after launch. And the more devastating blow to Halo Infinite is no Forge at launch. If you don't know what Forge is this way for players of the game to create maps, game modes, variants, and these fun custom multiplayer games that you can enjoy with friends. It's basically like map building or editing, but you can also edit the game mode. And usually with Halo, they allow you to like join into these big games and basically just kind of get your hands all over Infinite. You might be saying, well, hey, that won't really affect me. And that's true. A lot of people will just play the multiplayer, but the forging community in Halo is massive. And this really does affect a lot of those channels who built their brands on Forge. Those are some of my favorite pieces of content with Halo 5 was watching these custom maps being built and having like 20 people just drop in and having an absolute blast with them. I know I'm going to miss Forge. I don't create maps myself, but I absolutely love playing them. I would really love to see some more information on what's going to be a part of the Forge, what we can expect, and things like that. And I think 343 honestly owes that to the people that were expecting this because they thought it was going to come out with the game. And look, I get it. Game development is hard. I'm not saying it's not. I've said this before as well. But I really was hoping that this game would release with everything on it. And it's a bit of a blow now knowing that it won't. Again, this game is going to be free. The multiplayer experience is going to be free. So take that with a grain of salt. You're not risking anything. You're not buying a game that's not finished. But with that being said, you are missing a few parts of the key core Halo experience. And that really puts a little bit of a damper on it for me, to be honest. So what should our expectations be going forward? Honestly, I think they really shouldn't change that much. 343 has been very transparent last few months with what we can expect for Halo Infinite. I'm hoping that there's no more drastic gameplay changes, and not like gameplay changes, but more content cut from the actual launch. I doubt there will be, and I'm glad that they're still releasing this holiday season, even though the game might not be completely finished. The overall experience will be finished, but parts of the in-game content won't be there. Again, I don't expect any further cuts for Halo Infinite from the actual game, but I do feel like anything could be on the table now that it actually has been done. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, my name's BLTino Bacon. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing, dropping a follow, whatever that may be. And I'll see you guys in the next one.